Hey everyone, what is going on? So we have another showcase for you today, and we're taking a look at the Open Ultra League. So today at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Open Great, Open Ultra, and Ultra Master League will be available for the last week of the season. So if you're still pushing for your goals, whether that be Legend, Expert, Veteran, Ace, whatever it happens to be, just getting into GBL for the first time, whatever your goals are, good luck to you, and I hope you achieve them. If not, that's okay. We always have next season. You could continue to improve your skills, and yeah, next season should be pretty exciting. I'm really looking forward to it. But either way, we're taking a look at the Open Ultra League today, and this trainer does have a YouTube channel, so the link will be in the description down below. But we're taking a look at a non-XL team. So to be honest, these are Pokemon I used before XLs started dominating, like Escavalier and Gyarados. Swampert still dominates, to be honest, but Escavalier was definitely big on my teams back before the XL format. But yeah, I mean, a great picks if you're going for, like, if you're looking, I guess, for a cheaper investment if you don't have the XL candies. These are definitely pretty solid ones, especially the Swampert, because Swampert's still, as I said, still dominating the Ultra League, because that's how good Hydro Cannon and Mudshot are, right? But yeah, this game is almost over, I think. We have a Cresselia coming in right now. This Gyarados will be able to get off this Crunch attack. Super effective damage towards the Cresselia. Cresselia is another one I see quite often. We do see a switch, maybe trying to catch a Grass Knot, but not successful there, but that's okay. They're going to be able to throw an attack. Now, Escavalier is resisting the Moonblast as well, so that is good. In comes the Confusion user, Gallade. Gallade goes down. And you just basically need to get to 2 Mega Horns, one to get the shield, and the other one to KO, right? So Mega Horn is, they're just going to let it go. So that's going to be a great game, well played to both trainers. Going to be able to win that one, absolutely incredible. Let's move on to the next one, Escavalier to Escavalier. So we do have a mirror match here. Okay, we'll see how this goes. Of course, you know, if the opponent has Acid Spray, they could possibly bait. Oh, the attempted catch on Gyarados, but the opponent actually still throwing the attack. Oh, they do have Acid Spray, actually. I thought they were maybe going to throw the Mega Horn because it would still do a lot even though Gyarados resisted, but they actually have Acid Spray, so they wanted to debuff the Gyarados before leaving. Makes sense. So we do see a Crunch there, and that will get the defense drop, which is really nice. Although this Wolverine will get to multiple Icicle Spears, so just gonna let it go. It's not enough to KO, but I don't think Gyarados makes a move. They do not, unfortunately. So likely a farm down maybe with Escavalier. Although they will, I think this could be an Earthquake. I don't know for sure. Gonna go ahead and take it, and it is an Earthquake. That does a lot of damage, so really unfortunate there. This is definitely gonna be a tough game to come back from. We're gonna see a Drill Run. They're just gonna let it go, makes sense. We'll see what the opponent has in the back. Looks like they want to switch out into that Swampert, and in comes Escavalier. So the Escavalier, yeah, for this opponent, of course, as we know. But they're going to go ahead and throw an attack. It's going to be an Acid Spray, though. So, yeah, but, like, it's tough. Oh, the opponent has a Swampert as well. So, very cool team, very similar teams, right? Both trainers having Escavalier and Swamperts. But the opponent has a Wolverine instead of the Gyarados. So very similar team, double water by both trainers, but the opponent having that Wolverine instead. So we're going to see a shield there. Yeah, this is not going to be a winnable game right now, but that's okay. Still sticking it around for right now. Totally fine. The opponent will be able to throw an attack. Keep in mind this Swampert is debuffed thanks to that Acid Spray, and it is a Hydro Cannon that will be enough to KO, and they can just, like, farm down. Not before Drill Run comes in, though, so you're just going to undercharge it. This is definitely going to be a loss, but that's okay. That's okay. You can't win every game, right? So Escavalier goes down. Good game, well played to both trainers. And let's go ahead and move into the next battle. So we have Escavalier, and we have a Giratina. So not good. I actually hit Legend with Giratina on my team. The team was Shadow Drapion with Giratina and Alola Ninetales. But in comes Blastoise from the opponent. Okay. Blastoise, I mean, the Water Gun attack is resisted, right? And the Hydro Cannon is resisted. Ice Beam, neutral. Skull Bash, neutral. Let's see what they go for. Is it a Hydro Cannon? It's an Ice Beam, so that is a good shield because that is neutral, as I just mentioned. So, good shield there. Gyarados is going to be able to get off this Crunch attack. And let's see if the opponent decides to shield. They do not. You can farm down. You might have to shield the next attack. Just gonna let it go. Will Ice Beam be enough to KO though? And it is Ice Beam. It is not enough to KO. Beautiful call there. Gyarados is gonna be able to farm down. And Sylveon comes in. Sylveon does farm down. You do have the Escavalier. So Escavalier is resisting Charm, but Sylveon is resisting Counter as well. So you really, I mean, the drill runs are what you basically have to go for, right? So we're going to see one drill run. So this is going to connect, and they do throw an attack. Just going to let it go. It's not going to KO even a Moonblast. Psyshock, not going to KO. That does do a lot. I think the opponent actually caught. Did they switch out? I think they did. Guillotine, they did switch out. Nice play by the opponent there. But in comes Swampert. Swampert is going to take this attack. Looking a little rough because this Giratina is so tanky. Now the question is, do you bait against the Giratina? Or do you go straight Earthquake? It could go either way. We'll have to see what the opponent decides to do. We do see a shield from that Giratina. Gonna go ahead and bait. Okay, this bait, if you can get it, is gonna be huge. We'll have to see. Oh my gosh, able to get the shield. That is fantastic. Gonna go ahead and immediately go for the Earthquake, but will it be enough to KO? The Giratina actually might barely survive this. And no, it looks like, oh, they actually, crazy enough, they do barely survive it with 1 HP. It looked like it KO'd. But no, but this should be fine. I think you could make it to a Hydro. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, come on, Swampert barely able to make that Hydro Cannon. If it wasn't for that bait, this would have been a loss. But barely able to make it to that Hydro. No, the Giratina comes in, they tie. Oh my gosh, they actually tie? Oh man, the Giratina is still alive with 1 HP and a dream. Well played to both trainers, but hey, a tie is better than a loss, right? Moving on, great matchup. You do have to watch out for the Earthquake because it will do a lot, but still, this is a good matchup. They're going to be able to throw an attack. Going to go ahead and let it go. Is it going to be an Earthquake? It is. It will do a lot, but it will not KO. So Escavalier is going to be able to charge up for 2 attacks. I do like this because if they shield, you can immediately go for another one, and they don't shield. Still doesn't KO when they get off an Icicle Spear, but I don't know if Icicle Spear is enough to KO. We're going to see a shield. It's unfortunate that you kind of have to shield that instead of the other attack, instead of the Earthquake, right? But that's okay. I mean, Escavalier may have lived. I don't know. It's resisted. So just going to let this go down, and so you can bring in the Gyarados. Super effective damage with the Dragon Breath. Gonna let this attack go. This is going to be a Dragon Claw for sure. It is a Dragon Claw. And they're gonna be able to throw another Dragon Claw. Gyarados is gonna be able to take this. So there we go. Able to take that just fine. Charging up. Oh, the opponent makes a catch. But hey, I mean, at least you didn't throw the Crunch. You threw the Aqua Tail instead, so it's not resisted. Swampert coming in right now. So they're going to be able to throw an attack. It could be an Acid Spray. A Dark Pulse wouldn't KO anyway. It is a Dark Pulse, so that's fine. Going to charge up a lot of energy and go for the Hydro Cannon. I do like that Overfarm there. This Hydro Cannon is going to not connect because they do shield it. Going to continue to Overfarm. They do throw an attack. This one is probably the Acid Spray, but still going to go ahead and shield it. No, it's going to be a Dark Pulse. Beautiful shield there. So we're going to go ahead and charge up enough for 2, pretty much max energy, right? So we do see the Hydro Cannon come out that will get the shield. Oh, and the opponent caught on Giratina. I was wondering if the opponent was going to go for the catch. I didn't know if the switch timer was up or not though, but that's totally fine because you could bring in the Gyarados, farm down, and get off this Aqua Tail, and that is going to be a beautiful win there. So Aqua Tail is going to KO that. Yeah, well played. As I mentioned earlier, I did hit Legend in the Ultra League. I feel like I'm really strong in the Ultra League. It's probably at the moment, my best league. Okay, moving on to a really, really bad matchup, but you do have 2 answers to it in the back. So we're going to see a switch into the Gyarados. In comes Tangrowth. Okay, so the Rock Slide will be doing a lot because it is super effective. So Gyarados is going to respect that and shield. And going to go ahead and go for the Crunch right now. So you do really, really, really want to win this matchup. Can Gyarados win this? It might be able to. I think it probably can. We saw a defense drop, right? So I think it probably can debate here. I think you go for the Aqua Tail. Yeah, gonna go ahead and go for the Aqua Tail. Even if they call it, you might be able to farm down with the Gyarados. They do shield it. Oh no, they actually do get to a Rock Slide. Okay, so the Tangrowth will get to this Rock Slide. It's really unfortunate there. But the good thing is, you could farm down with the Escavalier and go for a Drill Run against the Typhlosion, right? So it's actually not that bad. Actually going to switch out right now because you're not at the Drill Run quite yet. What is in the back for the opponent is going to be an Empoleon, but honestly, you have the Earthquake. This is not bad. Going to charge, letting the attack go through. I would have thrown just before they got off the Hydro Cannon. But I guess you want max energy here. Going for this attack right now. This Earthquake will be enough to KO and still able to make it to the Hydro Cannon. Beautiful gameplay charging up. Recognizing that they could survive that attack from Empoleon. So that was a really good play, actually. But yeah, that was a really good play, actually, you know. So well played. Let's move on to the next battle. Escavalier into Typhlosion. So we do see another Typhlosion. So going to go ahead and go into that Gyarados as well. Typhlosion is staying in a little bit longer, but they do switch. Okay, not great for the Gyarados because the Dragon Breath is going to be double resisted, but at least you have Aqua Tails that can hit for neutral damage. Another Aqua Tail still will not KO. This is a good matchup for the Togekiss, but that's fine. At least you could put in some work here. To be fair, Escavalier doesn't like Togekiss as well, and you do get a shield, which is really nice. So I guess the Togekiss would have to shield one of them. So we're going to see this Aqua Tail. This is going to connect. Yeah, so as you can see, gets the Togekiss really low. Escavalier farmed down, but oh no, the Swampert farmed down because expecting, okay, I see where that play is coming from, because you're expecting a flamethrower. It actually wasn't a flamethrower. So now going to bring in the Escavalier, getting ahead on energy. They bring in the Typhlosion. They're at the Blast Burn. This will KO. Do shield it up. No, just going to let it go and rely on the Swampert. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and throw this Hydro Cannon before they can get off the Blast Burn. This is going to be enough to KO, and they let it go. We know there's a Togekiss in the back. This is going to be a Giratina. This is rough because I'm going to go ahead and bait. Okay, yeah, I feel like this is a good bait. I don't know if they're going to shield, but they do shield. Now you basically need to land 2 Earthquakes to KO. I don't think an Earthquake and a Hydro Cannon will KO. So the Swampert does have 2 shields. You do have to watch out for a possible catch. I don't think they could do it though. We're gonna see. Swampert is gonna be able to shield this one up, which is good. And they go for the catch. Okay, so that's possible. A possible win condition there. Can the Swampert make it to a second Earthquake though? It needs the other Earthquake. Oh my gosh, no it cannot. No it cannot. Giratina too bulky, too fast. Well played. Not gonna win that one, but that is okay. So good game. Good game. Let's go ahead and move into the next one. I like the Noibat hat, by the way. Obviously, we all got that during like the Johto tour and everything, but it was a really cool hat. That's irrelevant. But let's move on to the next one. Looking at a really good matchup here. No matter what move they have, to be honest, they're all resisted. Even if they have Future Sight, like it would still do a lot because Escavalier is pretty squishy. But all resisted. Gonna go ahead and go straight Mega Horn, which makes sense. I feel like the opponent does not shield. They do not shield, so it's a beautiful Mega Horn there. I think Drill Run is probably enough to KO if it doesn't counter damage. So, yeah, you probably just go Drill Run now if the charge. Oh, the attack fell. Is it enough to KO now? It's going to get it close. We'll see. We'll see, but Drill Run is going to connect. It's actually not another counter, so pretty solid there. What is going to come in? Going to be a Swampert. Going to go ahead and go for the Drill Run. Even though your attack did fall, the Drill Run will still hit like a truck. And they do shield it up beautiful. Are they going for the Mudshot farm down? I think they are. No, they're not, which is good. Let them throw their energy, and then you can bring in your Gyarados. Of course, Gyarados is resisting the Earthquake, resisting the Hydro Cannon. If they have Sludge Wave, it's neutral. Hydro Cannon still doing a lot of damage. But we'll see. Just gonna go ahead and let this go. They probably don't have Sludge Wave. So yeah, it's gonna be a Hydro Cannon. Still doing a good chunk, right? Still doing a good chunk. They switch on to Registeel. Out comes the Swampert. Beautiful matchup. This should be a victory here. Gonna go ahead and shield this one up. I don't think they throw the Zap Cannon here. Oh, they actually do. Okay, well played by the opponent. So we're gonna see an Earthquake. Even though the Swampert is debuffed, still gonna do a lot of damage. Registeel is really good though. I really want to build an XL Registeel. I don't have enough candy. I need to wait for Registeel to come back, but that is something that I will be working on in the future. We do see a shield there, so that is a good shield. You can just throw Hydro Cannons here. So we're going to see one Hydro Cannon. Even with the debuff, this is probably enough to pick up the KO. Actually, it's not. Never mind. These Pokemon are a lot bulkier in the Ultra League, of course, than the Great League. I do have to get familiar with that each season, or not each season, but each time the Ultra League comes out, I always feel like, I think this KOs, but no, it doesn't KO because they're that much more tankier, right? So, but anyway, they're going to be able to throw a Hydro Cannon, but Gyarados can take that. Dragon Breath down, and that Registeel is on life support, and it's going to go ahead and go down. And that's going to be a great game, very well played to both trainers. And we're moving on to the next battle in just a moment. Here we go. So we have Escavalier, we have Drapion. You love to see this matchup. The Druvan will just absolutely obliterate Drapion. Although Drapion, I guess, can fight back, you know, because it gets to the moves really fast. But Escavalier doesn't have to worry about it, at least for right now. So they're going to go ahead and throw a Crunch, doing a lot of damage, picking up the defense drop, which is not good. But they might actually shield this because of that defense drop. We'll see. But the Druvan is going to connect. It actually doesn't KO. Even if they got an excellent, I don't think it would have kept KO'd. But either way, Escavalier actually going to go ahead and shield this one up. Because of that defense drop. If it wasn't for the defense drop, I think it could have lived that. But anyway, Talonflame's coming in. In comes this Swampert right now. Swampert going to go ahead and go for the heavy hitting Earthquake attack. Let's see if the Jellicent decides to shield this or not. They do decide to shield it. So Jellicent will be able to get off an attack. And this is going to be a Shadow Ball. Yep, I expected the Shadow Ball there, but that's totally fine. Gonna go ahead and go for another Earthquake. Just wants to do damage here because Gyarados does have a good matchup against that Talonflame, right? Going for the Hydro Cannon, trying to get it as low as possible. I don't think the opponent will shield this one up. And they do not. And they do throw an attack. If they have Bubble Beam, they're probably going to throw Bubble Beam because I think it's enough to KO, and it is Bubble Beam. Actually, it's not enough to KO. Going to bring in Escavalier. Escavalier going to go ahead and take this. Yeah, you certainly don't want Escavalier on that. Yeah, Escavalier is pretty much dead weight, right? Swampert goes down. I mean, it did have a lot of energy, I guess. You could have done the attacks at Talonflame, but it was just... the attacks don't do anything. So they do go for the Flame Charge. That is a huge call there. Really huge call. So they add another Flame Charge. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they need one more for a Brave Bird. We do see a shield. So they have the Brave Bird. They certainly have the Brave Bird. Oh, but the Gyarados is going to be able to get off an attack. And will this be enough to KO? It's super effective. It is enough to KO. And that Jellicent is going down. And that is going to be a great game. Well played. I like this team. For a non-Axel team, I really like it because you have two water types in the back. Of course, Escavalier is really weak to fire, right? So the two Pokemon in the back handle that. They switch out that Wolverine into Sylveon. Okay, so Escavalier can do fine against Sylveon. It doesn't like Togekiss because Togekiss is resisting every single move. Unless we have like Aerial Ace, but this Escavalier does not. Whereas like the Drurons at least can hit the Sylveon for neutral damage. So it's better to see Sylveon than it is Togekiss, but we're going to see another Druron. Will the Sylveon decide to shield this one up? The Escavalier can get off another one. If they do, they do not. So down goes the Sylveon, very nice. Talonflame coming out. Out comes this Gyarados. Beautiful here. They're going to be able to throw an attack. It's probably a Brave... I don't know. It is a Brave Bird, yeah. I thought it may have been a Brave Bird just because they were down to one shield. And the opponent did switch out. So we're going to see a Crunch there. The opponent's still not wanting to shield, which is kind of scary actually. But Icicle Spear is not going to be enough to KO. They need two Icicle Spears. Maybe Icicle Spear and a Farm Down. They might go for that, but they will have to shield this if they're going for that. So we're going to see a Crunch come out right now. And they do not shield it actually. So they are low. I guess they don't have to shield. Well, they would have had to shield if they were going for the Farm Down. So Swampert's coming in. Swampert definitely wants to get ahead on energy for sure. Okay, the opponent still has two shields, which is concerning, but I don't think it matters. I mean, you could do maybe a possible catch with Escavalier, but I don't think it's necessary. Brave Bird is not going to be enough to KO, and they're definitely going to go ahead and go for it. It almost KOs. Ooh, this is actually scary. Oh, they got another one through. I think this KOs. Obviously, they're shielding that. Oh, it didn't KO, and the Swampert is going to be able to get off the Hydro Cannon, and that is going to be a great game. Very well played to both trainers. Yeah, able to win that one. Wow. Really scary there, but still able to win it and overcome it. Nice play. Nice game. Moving on, Escavalier into Talonflame. So definitely not what you want to see, but again, as I mentioned, two Pokemon in the back that can handle the Talonflame really well. Talonflame is staying in. Okay, so maybe they're going to throw a Brave Bird and then dip, but they'll probably have to shield this Aqua Tail. I mean, they survive it. Okay, they don't have to shield it. They do survive it. But, it does get them low as well. Will the Gyarados shield? Nope. It is a Brave Bird. I thought it would be, but it still doesn't KO, and the Talonflame goes down. Okay, they just sacked the Talonflame. That is huge. That is huge. So able to flip switch there. Aquatail is going to connect, and they're going to be able to farm down. Do you bring in the Escavalier now? That Swampert is ahead on energy if you bring in your own Swampert. I think you go in Escavalier. No, actually going to go ahead and bring in your own Swampert. Okay, so we'll see how this plays out. Saving the Escavalier for whatever's in the back. We'll see what's in the back. They're going to go ahead and shield that. They're going to be able to throw an attack. Now again, they are ahead on energy, but one Hydro Cannon will not be enough to KO this Swampert, whereas the opposing Swampert will get KO'd from one Hydro Cannon. So I guess that's why they brought in the Swampert. Okay, I like that. I like that. The only reason I was thinking Escavalier is because I was thinking, well, they didn't switch out the Talonflame matchup. Maybe they have something else that's strong against Escavalier in the back. And they actually do. It's another fire type. But this drill run, of course, is super effective. So now, oh man. Oh my gosh, Escavalier able to beat Talonflame. Escavalier is a Typhlosion, excuse me. Escavalier, a Typhlosion counter confirmed. And we're going to see a shield right now. And we're going to see a drill run, and this is going to KO. And that's going to be a great game and a great video. Thank you so much for sharing your battle experience with us. And I'll see you all in the next one. Have a good day. Bye.